You really want to apply for naturalization to trade your green card for U.S. citizenship. But there's some issues with your taxes. This is what we're going to explore in today's video. Hey everybody, if you don't know me, I'm Josh Goldstein. I'm an immigration lawyer who is truly passionate about helping you reach your goals. Whether it's a work permit, citizenship, a green card, a visa, or anything else, this is what I'm here for. This is what inspires me, and I'm ready to help you sort things out. So, Donald Trump is president, and people are coming out of the woodwork to take care of business. I'm not happy about Trump being president, but I am happy that people are sorting out their immigration cases at long last. And there's a lot of green card holders who've been sleeping on naturalization. They should have applied long ago, but for one reason or another, they never got around to it. And we're getting people like that. And the issue that comes up, and this is what I want to talk to you today about, is taxes. People freak out and they think, oh, I can't apply because I have an issue with my taxes. And I want to explain to you exactly the sorts of questions we're getting, okay? Now, on the naturalization application, the N-400, there is one question that you need to concern yourself with. Do you owe any money on your taxes to the IRS at the state level or at the local level? Do you owe money on your taxes? And I also ask a second question of naturalization applicants. Have you filed all the returns that you're supposed to file? If someone says, look, I didn't file a return because I didn't make enough money, then you don't have an obligation to file. If you didn't make any money, you don't have to file. But generally, people who work, who have jobs in the United States, have to file an annual tax return, okay? So if you filed all your tax returns, then the next question is, do you owe any money? If the IRS sends you a bill and says you have to pay this money, then you owe money. If you get a bill in the mail or online from your state or local government saying that you owe money, then you owe money. That's what I'm talking about. Let's keep it simple. So those are the questions that I ask naturalization applicants. Again, let me repeat. Have you filed all the returns? Do you owe any money? Okay? And if people say, no, I didn't file all the returns I was supposed to file, but I never got around to it, then before you apply, file all the required returns. And if you owe money, there are two things you need to think about. First, can you pay off the money before you apply for naturalization? That makes it simple. If you can pay off the money, maybe you only owe $500 and maybe $500 is something that you could work up to and pay. If you can pay off all the money that you owe, then you can truthfully say, I don't owe any money to the IRS. You can say no to that question and move on. So file all your required returns and pay the money that you owe on your back taxes, and then you can apply for naturalization. Now, it gets a little more complicated if you actually owe money. You know, maybe you owe a large sum of money that you can't make a payment for, but you want to become a naturalized U.S. citizen right away. What can you do? Well, it doesn't disqualify you. You can still get approved, but then it gets a little more complicated because you have to enter into a payment plan with the IRS or your state or local government. And you have to show at your naturalization application, number one, that you have a payment plan, and number two, that you've made all the payments that are required under the plan. And USCIS is pretty picky about the documentation that they want to see for these payment plans. They like to see stamps from the IRS to show that this is a legitimate, authentic document. So you might try to go to your local office and get a stamp from the IRS office, if that's possible. You have to make sure that you show that you've made all the required returns. If your interview is in May, for example, show that you've made your May payment. And you could say, oh, my May payment's not due till the end of the month and all that. Make it in advance so that you can go to your naturalization interview and make sure that you have proof that you've made the required monthly payments. Make sure that you have all the right documentation. And this is exactly where a lawyer comes in handy to make sure that you're documented properly. Naturalization is a great goal. Everyone who can should do it. And you don't have to let taxes hold you back. If you have questions about that, leave them in the comments below and I'll make a video just for you. Remember, you can reach your immigration goal.